Hi, friends and family and fellow knitters. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 11 of Knit Mania. My name is Gretchen, and oh my gosh, I have so much to talk about today. I am so excited. I am starting to feel normal. My broken shoulder is no longer broken. Woohoo! I still don't have full mobility, but I've gone from intense pain to just discomfort. Yes. And so, you know, you can have joy anytime, and there were moments of joy during my recovery, but I am now brimming over with happiness and joy, gratefulness for my body, for my healing, and I'm just so thankful for all the prayers and meals and everything that people poured into me when I was not feeling good. And I just have a newfound love of my body. I know that sounds weird, but having been broken, literally, now to be mostly mended is just feels like a miracle. So I'm super happy. I'm even feeling good enough to like put a little makeup on, put my jewelry back on, do my nails. So yeah, life is good. So enough about that. I have tons of stuff to talk about. Stuff to talk about. And so I am going to get right to it. First thing I'm going to talk about is finished objects. So last week, I showed my my broken shoulder socks, and I told you that I would show them after they were completely done. So here they are. And you know what? They don't look too bad. They were holey, and I closed up most of the holes. So they're totally wearable. This yarn is from Southern Skein. It's called Galentine. It was like their February release. I think it's really pretty. And I love these. They just say perseverance to me. So those were technically finished last week, but finished all the way this week. So I blocked them. A lot of times I don't block socks because you're just going to put them on your feet and your feet are going to stretch them out. So, but because these are kind of a special memory and because they were broken, I decided to go ahead and block them. So I'm happy I did. My other finished object is a Hexie Puff. Now this little Hexie Puff is a little tall. I realized that I did at least one extra row. So she's taller than her brothers and sisters, but I decided that's okay. They can be individuals. They don't have to all be identical. Just like your kids, you love them however they come out. So this is, I really do love this yarn. It is by Asylum Fibers, and the name of the colorway is Tiger Lily. Isn't that pretty? It's another one that's calling to me, so we'll see if a skein ends up in my stash. It might. That dangerous, dangerous row one. Love them. Okay, now on to whips. I might have started a couple of new projects since we last got together. So, this first project is one I am super excited about. It is socks, but it is pattern socks. So I haven't done a pattern sock in a very long time. And not only are these pattern socks, but they're cabled. So I'm going to show you a picture. So they're called dorsal socks. So this is on the back end, which is kind of unusual. Usually the pattern's on the foot. But I really thought that that was kind of fun. And then I was planning on starting these during KnittyNatty's Shark Week. But life happened, shoulder physical therapy happened, and dorsal socks did not happen. But I really love the pattern. And speaking of the pattern, I'm obsessed with the pattern. Now, Helen Stewart, it's her design, and I love Helen Stewart. It's a paid for pattern, so I'm not going to show you a lot, but look at this. She does every row. And so that's done several things for me. Like, it blew my mind because I've never seen, you know, page after page. And she does, like, here's the line by line for small, medium, large. So, I mean, really intense. The percentage done. So number one, you have to think a lot less. So even though it's a patterned sock, like I was on Zoom yesterday with my knitting buddies from Love and Stitches, and I was able to do the pattern because I would just go down the row and I would just circle it as I was done. So like it was really easy for me to keep my place. I didn't mess up. I was on Zoom for 2 hours. Oh wait, I did mess up once. I came up 1 stitch short and had to frog back 1 stitch, or 1 row. But that happens when I'm not on Zoom too. So I really, really love Helen Stewart's way of writing a pattern. I wish more people did it this way. It just works really well for my brain. So I'm definitely going to be looking for more patterns from her. So here's what I have so far. It doesn't look like a lot. I know, people. I might have had to frog it 3 times because, again, first time maybe I didn't say this. This is the first time I've ever done cables. So it took me a while and I didn't have confidence. I thought it was doing it wrong, but I'm not. It's coming out. And this is like some of my favorite yarn in the world. It's Legacy Fiber Arts, and it's their Octopus Garden. And I might have ordered some yarn today because the Crazy Sock Lady's free DK vanilla sock pattern came out today. So if you don't know that, run and go get it. It's free. And so I needed to get some DK yarn, of course, because I have almost all fingering. And then the other thing is that I wanted to get something that was more just tonal versus like super speckled, like what I normally get, because I think for a pattern sock, it'll show up way better on a tonal. So I got 1 super speckled DK and I got 1 tonal, like really beautiful gray in fingering. So I'll have my next 2 socks. Yes. So obsessed with these, spent like so long yesterday working on them, ripping them out, working on them, ripping them out, working on them. So it doesn't look like I got very far, which is because I haven't, but they're coming along and I'm feeling much more confident now about my cabling ability, and I'm really enjoying cabling. I don't know why, but it just feels super satisfying to me. So that's Helen Stewart's lovely pattern, and I'm hoping to show you lots more progress by next week. If I'm still this into it, I might even be done with the first sock, which would be super cool. Okay, let's see. So then another pair of socks that I'm working on. I might have shown these last week. I think I did. Is my socks that I actually did start for sock week, which are the Cozy Knitter socks. And I've kind of stalled out at the gusset. Or no, this is actually the heel flap and turn. Heel turn. Okay, so heel turn I don't mind doing, but picking up the gusset stitches I hate. So I have to start learning other heels, because even though this is a great heel, I've done it like 8 or 9 times and I still hate picking up the gusset. So I really want to try the Shadow Wrap heel, which is by Earth Tones Girl. I don't know if it's originally by her, but she's really made it popular recently. And I have a pattern by her. So so many sock plans, so many, so few hours in the day. So something that I have shown before but that I put aside the whole time that I was recovering from my shoulder, was my cardigan. And the reason why I put it away is because my gauge was all over the place, and I was knitting a different way, holding my yarn a different way. And so I really didn't want to be knitting on a cardigan and have like the front be totally different than the back, because I'd already knitted the back. So this is half of the front, and I've made a lot of progress. So now I'm at the armhole and the neck. And so I have about 6 more inches to do on this panel. And then I'll be going, this is the right panel, right side panel. And so then I'll be going over to the left and then the sleeves. But this is kind of, well, it was lovely, mindless knitting until I got to here. And then it's been a little overwhelming, because it's like, okay, at the same time, decrease here and decrease here, but like the decreases, like this is decrease every 4 rows, this is decrease every row, but then it's, you know, decrease every 4 rows 9 times, this is decrease 7 times, yeah, so it's all different. So Helen Stewart, where are you when I need you? These trendsetter pattern directions are the opposite of Helen Stewart's. There's like, for the whole front panel, there's like 3 sentences. I'm like, I need more. I like very detailed patterns. If this is a learning experience for me, because I just kind of got in a frenzy, as we do maybe, or at least I do. Like, I was at my local knitting store, Hands On Knitting, and they were having a sale. They had gotten a whole bunch of new yarns in. They, yeah, well, and the Trendsetter were some of the new yarns they have, and it is a beautiful yarn. I am loving it. It's just super, super soft, and it's going to be perfect for, you know, like cool evenings or whatever, because it's pretty lightweight. It's cotton, mostly cotton. But it's like the pattern came with it if you bought like a sweater quantity of yarn. So I just did, and number one, it's all in pieces, so it's gonna have to be sewn together. And number two, the pattern is very basic. Like, it's really assuming that you know how to do everything, and just kind of giving you like, okay, do this for 16 inches and stuff. And I also don't love doing it in inches. I feel like that's way more imprecise than doing rows, especially if you gauge out. So not my favorite pattern, but you know, I'm gonna persevere for this one. And I do think I'm gonna cave, and there's a lady that will you know, put it together once you have all the pieces. I'm gonna do that. I'm totally gonna do that. At the beginning, I was like, I wanna do it all myself. And at this point, I'm like, no. I just wanna give her the pieces. I want her to put it together. And from now on, I'm going to not knit things that are like that. Yeah. It's good to know things about yourself, right? There's so many beautiful patterns in the world that you can always find something that's beautiful, that you love, that is knit in the style that is best suited to you. So every time I knit something, I learn something about myself, I learn about my likes and dislikes, and I think that's a great thing. Okay, so here's my last new cast on that I am so excited about. I'm so happy I did it. You know, like sometimes you're like, I shouldn't be doing this. No guilt whatsoever. Oh gosh, I'm in the middle of a row. I shouldn't have done that, but whatever. So this is the Jelly Roll Blanket by Kay Jones. And this is the beginning. I just changed colors too. Oh, sorry. So it's on my Ravelry page. If I can figure out how to insert a picture, I will. But basically you're just doing a strip, and the thing that's so fabulous about this, it's just knitting, like that's all. And there's kind of no rules. You can do, like, I think I have 20 stitches on here, but if you want it wider or if you want to do varied ones, that's fine. And you just change colors whenever you want. You can do the same length for everyone if you want them to be uniform, or you can do them varied. I'm going to do them varied. And so there's literally no rules. And how great is that? I love having projects that are like this, that, you know, are completely mindless. You can do it anywhere. I've been taking it with me everywhere. I took it with me to the beach this week, and, you know, I was knitting in a restaurant. You just don't have to think about it. And then I have it in this cute little backpack, and I have all of these scraps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, at least my thought right now is I'm going to do kind of a rainbow-esque pattern. So this first one, and I think I'm going to make it pretty long, pretty good size. This first one is all variations of green. It's going to be so pretty. And these are from my swap with Lucy from TheCrazySockLady Knits. And she has just fabulous taste. And so I'm loving being able to use the yarn that she sent me finally. I've been saving it. I wanted to do something special with it that, you know, just reminded me of our swap. She lives in England. So like the yarn that she sent to me is stuff that I would not normally be able to get because it's just so prohibitive to ship. And same thing for her, hopefully. So that's my first one, is greens, and then my next strip will go into blues. And you knit it as you go, like, so it's not like you have to sew the strips together at the end. So you're picking up stitches. And so that's even better. Again, learning my style, learning that I don't want to have to assemble a ton at the end of knitting. So love, love, love the jelly roll. Sandy of By the Lakeside started one, and she was so excited about it, and now I understand why. And so I had been wanting to start another blanket, and I had been thinking about like the Battenberg or a Cozy Memories, but this one just called to me, and it was so easy to start that it was just like, yep, this is the one. So those are my whips, my works in progress for this week, but I have lots more to talk about. If you're bored, then you can always click off, but yeah, I hope you stay with me. So this is super exciting. My whole family was like, what are you doing? So I shared last week that I got a birthday box from my local yarn store, Hands on Knitting. And in that box was some bear yarn, and the box entitled you to a free class in dyeing yarn. And it's using Kool-Aid. So I did it yesterday. I did the class, and then I was so excited that I just immediately decided to do it. So this is lemonade Kool-Aid, and this is grape Kool-Aid. And she showed us 4 different ways that you could dye. Like you could microwave, and then you can do it like dipped. And so this one isn't as dipped as I would like, but you can tell, like, this is the part that, so I dipped it here, and then I slowly went down. So you can tell, like, trying to get a more tonal look on it, that this is lighter. And this one, I just saturated the whole thing, and it's pretty, there's a little bit of tonality in it, but pretty just yellow. And it took the yellow well. I was afraid that it wasn't, because it looked like such a white, light yellow. But it's so cool. Like, you put it in hot water, simmering water, and the yarn drinks up all of the Kool-Aid. Literally. Like, when you're done, the water is clear. I was just like, this feels like magic. And this yarn smells like grape. How cool is that? So it also comes with like a little pattern to make a sachet. Let's see, I think I have it right here. So you can make this little sachet with it. And so I'm definitely gonna do that. So I will have dyed and knit. That'll be the first time that I've been able to say that. Next is spinning. I've thought about that. And then shearing. Where will it end? Who knows? Okay, so probably just about every time now I talk about the Love and Stitches membership, just because it's become a bigger and bigger part of my life. In a great way. Like I've met some people that I now consider to be friends from all over. Like there's a couple from Australia and all over the US and England, and it's just so fun. It seems like we all love knitting, almost all love reading, all love coffee. Like we just have a lot in common, at least those three things. Some of them like tea, but most of them like coffee and tea if they like tea, but I digress. So we had a big swap this month. It was called Christmas in July, and I am not kidding. I got the biggest Christmas present. So this was from Nancy, and so she's a member of Love and Stitches as well. So the thing was to do a project bag, a skein of yarn, and then one extra thing. Okay, she made my project bag. You guys, look at this. Look at this. So KnittyNatty, who is the originator, owner of Love and Stitches, this is her pattern, okay? It's a crochet pattern. And inside it, like that's not all, you guys. Inside it are these balls that are attached magnetically. And so what you do, this is the 3 skein, there's a 5 skein too. So you put your balls of yarn in here, and then you attach them magnetically, and then they stay in the bottom and they don't get all, you know, tangled and chiwadi and such. How gorgeous, how generous, how wonderful is this? Like, it just, like, it almost brought tears to my eyes. I was so touched that somebody would go to this amount of time to give to a stranger. And then she gave me this skein of yarn. Beautiful. It is by Sock Obsession, and it is called Navy Party, and it's 75/25 superwash merino nylon, but it's beautiful. Absolutely love it. Look at how variegated it is. And then last but not least, she gave me some handmade soap. It's called handmade soap. I didn't know that. And it's called Rustic Woods, Under the Heavens Creations. It smells good. So Nancy, if you were watching, I so appreciate and love everything you gave me. I already did thank her, but if she's watching, I want her to know how much I love it and was touched by it and will cherish and use it. And of course, now I need to think of a 3 skein project, or at least 3 colors. It could be more than 3 skeins, right? For sure. So let's see, the only other thing that I have that was Happy Meal is my monthly subscription from A Girl and Her Wool. Really pretty. So this is 70 grams and this is 20. And I don't think she names hers. It's just the August 2021 club. Yeah, and it's 75% merino, superwash merino, 25% nylon. Yeah. So it's pretty, destined to be socks. very happy with that. So it didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. I was like, oh, this is going to be like an hour show, but it's not. Oh, I was looking for this earlier. So my mom made a card. You can probably see it right back there. Oh, that's a hard reach for my arm. So that's the original, and that's kind of my logo, but she did it in a canvas, so you can see it even better. Isn't it cute? She's the best. She's so talented. And then as far as what's happening in real life, my husband and I did go to Huntington Beach. When did we go? Thursday? What's today? No, Tuesday. We went Tuesday. And, well, we went to lunch first with my mom and dad to celebrate my dad's 80th birthday. And that was great. And then we went to Huntington Beach with my son, Brody, and spent, you know, a good part of the day out there. So we live in Redlands and in Southern California. And if you don't know Southern California, Redlands is in what's called the Inland Empire. And Huntington Beach, a lot of people would probably be more familiar with Huntington Beach. It's like the surfing capital of California. But Huntington Beach is about an hour away without traffic. So Redlands is a charming little city, but it's kind of a charming little city not surrounded by anything charming. And, you know, like the claim to fame in our area is that we're an hour away from everything. So it's not like there's anything great right here, but we're an hour away from the mountains. We're an hour away from the beach. We're an hour away from Disneyland, you know. So in a lot of ways, that is great. But the thing that's not great is that it's really, really hot here. So we're talking, it's about, well, when we went to Huntington, it was 103 degrees Fahrenheit here, and it was 83 degrees Fahrenheit there. So that's not atypical for there to be a 20, even 30 degree difference in temperature. And it's about 65 miles away. So the reason why I'm giving you all this information is because my husband recently got a new job about 3 months ago. And so he now works 32 miles away from where we live in Redlands. Well, it happens to be 33 miles away from Huntington Beach. So he's like exactly in the middle. And we thought that we were going to live in Redlands forever. We have lots of family here. But between the heat and then the air quality has just gotten worse and worse and worse. And I have asthma, and and my husband's allergies keep getting worse. So with this move of his job, he got a substantial raise, and now he's commuting, and he would be commuting the same amount if he was coming from Huntington or if he was coming from Redlands. So we're really thinking about making the move, which is so exciting to me. I wanted to live by the beach my whole life. Literally my whole life, since I can remember having memories. Those were my happiest childhood memories. A couple times my dad rented a beach house right on the beach in Newport, and it was just fantastic. And my other dad was in the Air Force, and so we traveled a lot. And whenever we were somewhere that wasn't by an ocean, like I just always missed it. I always hated not being able to at least drive to the ocean. So lifelong dream of mine, not really thinking it was ever going to happen. But with this change in job, it is a possibility. Certainly not a certainty, but a possibility. So we're going to be exploring that. The housing market here, I think pretty much everywhere, is insane, but housing in California is always like next level insane. And then take the beach market, next level insane. So it might never happen, but we're gonna try to make it happen. Probably not for at least a year, because you know, our sons are still living with us, but they both have serious girlfriends here, so they probably wouldn't want to move with us. Crazy, I know. Don't want to live by the beach, but when you're in love, that's the most important thing, right? So yeah, I will keep you updated on that. And then in other news, let's see, I've been super busy at work. My boss, who's, you know, a magician, a pastor, an author, got the book that he's working on right now, got a publisher for it. And then it was like, okay, deadline is August 1st. It's like, what? So he's been frantically writing and rewriting, and then me and one other person have been frantically editing and going back and forth. Like, we're all working on the document at the same time and putting in extra hours and stuff. But that craziness will be ending soon, or at least that phase, because we turn it into the publishers August 1st. But then, you know, then the actual editor, the official editor, will be coming back. But I think that will be mostly in Danny's court and not mine, which I'm fine with. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and look forward to talking to you soon. You can find me on Instagram at KnitManiaMom, and then I'm here. Have a great day. Bye.